A grey and cold evening in South London. The England over 50s training session led by player coach Mike Burles. A man well equipped to provide some insight into England's failure in tournaments.
I've got lots of theories probably, but I mean the main one I think is we just can't keep the ball. You know, we're not very good at retaining possession. I think in big competitions you've got to be able to keep the ball. It's a very basic thing. In England I think the fear factor really sets in and, you know, they panic a bit. So if we can somehow overcome that I think that's a big key, really.
It's been 50 years since England's World Cup triumph in London. Since then, they have reached the semi-final of international competitions only 3 times. A paltry return from 24 tournaments. Can anybody account for that here on the streets of Brixton?
I wasn't even alive like when we won it, like the World Cup. So do you know what I mean? I've never known England to win anything really. So you know, but, I mean, like you look at the other teams, you know, like and you think, you know, you like Spain and your Frances and your Germanys especially, and you think not as good as them, mate. You know.
I couldn't say anything negative on that, so I'd rather keep it positive. It's always like, you know, good to have a chance to have a go. So just put in a little bit hard effort. Yeah, hopefully England will, you know, come true. Yes, definitely. All right, respect.
A rich part of British media culture here, it's like the X Factor thing. It's like, you know, we love seeing people win stuff and then we want to get the dirt on them. Just, I don't know what it is, why we can't just, you know, encourage people. It's kind of just not the British way, is it? Do you know what I mean?
When he's not on the pitch, Mike is painting them, where he has plenty of time to mull over England's expectations.
We've been to Holland recently on a veterans trip. You fly in over Holland, as you're coming into land, you can see astroturfs dotted around villages. You know, each village seems to have one. And I don't think that's the case here. I think, you know, even London is very underrepresented with good quality astroturfs, you know. And they should be, I mean, the FA, if they have got money, they should be trying to build them everywhere because those pitches will just get used so much.
Pitches are one thing, but what else plays a role in these huge expectations?
The media, you know, it's their job to build it up, and they love building it up. And of course, everyone deep down secretly wishes, hopes that this year it will happen. But being English, you've also, I mean, I've got this resignation built in that when it all starts to fall apart, I just go, well, that's kind of what we expected.
So what do the fans think as they flock to Wembley for England's final preparation game before the tournament?
If we go to this tournament and play like how they play in the Premier League, the other sides will get scared and maybe like, we'll actually do well this time.
Let's have a go. Let's see what it comes. There's no expectations, and let's see what we can do. We got a big shot. We have. You got to be hopeful though. You got to be hopeful. We have, haven't we? Surely.
Yeah. The reality is that I think especially when it's a home nation and it's our own national, it's our national sport. The reality, the expectations are always going to be high.
Oh, it's a great header. A really good header by Chris Smalling. So England do break through. Taken a long, long time.
But after another disappointing performance, the pre-match optimism is dampened again. England, same old, same old.
Oh dear, we're struggling.
Pressure, hopefully.
I thought it was just a lucky goal, to be honest. I don't really know how he scored. The way we played was pretty shit, to be honest.
I don't think we'll get out of the group.
It's like a ritual. Optimism quickly dashed, followed by knowing resignation. The over 50s out on the AstroTurf have seen this time and time again. So who better to provide more insight into the malady that is the English national team? And where better than the pub with a well-deserved pint?
Not me again, that's what I'm thinking. To sit in a pub, to do my drinking. Not me again, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, I think we're a very insular kind of nation, really. And we're quite big on traditional and imagined history almost. So this 1966 thing is something that's just hovering over everybody, even if you don't remember it.
Yes, I love these
I think we're told all the time the Premier League is the best league in the world. Maybe it is, I don't know, but it's not got that many English people in it, so I don't see how that relates to our team when it comes to tournament time.
And you know, the Premiership has so much money, they should be, or the FA, they should be building AstroTurfs everywhere.
I said, stop, man, don't be a fool. The greatest team in Britain comes from Liverpool.
So this time we're definitely going to do it. Maybe.